I got another banger for you guys. Stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. Now, this video that you're watching is part 2 of customer retention. If you haven't seen part 1, that's okay. Go ahead and watch this one and then go back and make sure you watch part 1, because in there we did numbers 1 through 4. Now we're going to do 5 through 8. And I also wanted to make a quick announcement because bunch of you guys have been reaching out to me asking how you can get a hold of me. Guys, if you have a question that is absolutely burning a hole in your head and you want to talk to me about your plans or your goals, or maybe you need some help with your rig or something, go ahead and reach out to me. You can find the link to that in the description of this video. It says book a call with me. I also pinned that to the top of every comment section. Just hit that. And then we're going to be talking via, phone call or Zoom call, whatever best fits for you. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So let's go ahead and jump in, because I got 4 more things for you guys. Remember, we're talking about customer retention, something that is paramount, very important. We're going to put a lot of focus on this going into 2025, because right now it's costing way too much money to get a customer. So number 5 on our list, we're talking about annual reminders. This is something that, for whatever reason, I've noticed that a lot of people do not do this, and customers love it when you do this, guys. It's part of the communication skill and also organization skills. You can do this through your CRM program. We choose to do it through text. So every year, guys, in the spring, we have lists of people, certain things that we did in the spring, the summer, and the fall, right? So we reach out to those people and we let him know, hey, how you doing, Mrs. Smith? We're going to be in your neighborhood next week doing driveways. And we got a special $25 discount on whatever it is that you're running. And you text these people, and then bam, not only is this a great way to pick up customers, but guys, this helps you with customer retention, because guess what, guys? I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've heard this story where a customer hired a company, not necessarily doesn't just have to be a pressure washing company, but in general. And then that company didn't do any sort of follow-up with that customer throughout the years. And then the customer forgot who that company was. And then they're like, oh man, who was it that washed our house last time? Man, we can't remember. Then they're Googling pressure washing companies. They can't remember your name. And then they go with your competition simply because you're not following up. You're not giving them annual reminders. So the best thing to do is, guys, just put them on a list, and every spring, every summer, worst that they can say is no, right? Like nothing's going to happen. So, you remind them, hey, it's that time of the year. Like a great example, right now, the leaves are starting to fall. Next week, I think at the end of next week already, it's November. So we're going to be going very, very, very heavy on gutter cleaning, guys. So we're sending out, within the next 6 weeks, probably close to 1,000 messages to people, just letting them know, hey, it's that time of the year again. We need to clean the gutters out. We're going to be doing your neighbor's house, so make sure that you call the office so we can schedule an appointment with you as well. And bam, just like that, you get a bunch of customers, and customers feel like this is a very personal thing, like they're part of your family almost. So make sure, guys, that you're doing this, because it's going to help you retain customers from the past. Remember the example that I gave you, they're not going to necessarily remember who you are, but if you're constantly, year after year, reminding them, they're not going to go with your competition. They're going to go with you, and that's going to help you retain those customers. Number 6 on our list goes hand in hand with that, great communication. Guys, one of the things that is going to be a massive, massive difference maker for you is if you develop a great communication skills with your customers. Okay, one of the things that you're going to have to do is learn or teach and coach yourself to text these people to let them know that you're on your way. I can't even begin to tell you what a difference maker that has been for us as a company. So I'll give an example. Let's say you got 3 jobs on a schedule for tomorrow, an 11, a 1, and a 3. So, like at 10:30, message your customer, hey, Mrs. Smith, how are you? The technician's going to be on your house, ETA, blah, blah, blah. Technician's name is Joe Blow. Okay, so then you let them know what time you're going to be there, the name of the technician, in our case here, because we have different technicians, so we give different names. But in your case, you may say, hey, this is whatever your name is. Hey, Mrs. Smith, this is John. I'm going to be arriving at your location at 10:15 a.m. or whatever the time it is. And, and then you do that. That is so impressive, guys. That's like a superpower. Then you do that to your 1 o'clock and then your 3 o'clock. And then guess what, guys? Then after a few days, you circle back with them. Hey, Mrs. Smith, I'm just checking up on you to see, how the job went. And thank you very much for your business. We'll see you next year. Oh, by the way, help me with a Google review. It makes a big difference for my family. This is all part of the same thing, guys. Remember the saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Make sure that you're reaching out to these people, guys, and that you are communicating everything that it is that you do, but then also you're keeping them in the loop. One of the ways that this helps us pick up upsells is, when we walk the property, guys, we take pictures, for example, of like a basement stairwell that's full of mold. We communicate that to the customer. Hey, Mrs. Smith, we noticed your basement stairwell is full of mold. That's not part of the house wash today. And normally it costs $100, but because we're on site today, we can add that for $75. Would you like me to add that for you? And people really appreciate that, actually, guys. They go, oh, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, go ahead. I was thinking about that, and I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Boom, helps you get upsells like that, increase your sales. Now, guys, before we get to 7 and 8, let me tell you real quick about my business in a box. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, your pricing PDF, your for example, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really, really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. There you have it, guys. Now, number 7 on our list goes kind of hand in hand with communication. building relationships with people. Now, when we're talking about customer retention, we talked about in the previous video that the most important thing was quality work, right? Because you got to go out there and you got to do quality work, or else people are not going to, have you come back or recommend you to other people, right? I would say number 2 on the list for us is building relationships. I'll give you guys a great example. So today's Friday. I'm not in the field. I'm actually driving out to, what is that town? Fredericksburg, which is about an hour and a half away. I'm going up there to buy a machine up in Northern Tools and buy some other things. But anyway, I'm bringing up this because so one of our trucks, one of our rigs that's out in the field, their third job today is a woman that we've done her house like 4 or 5 times. And every single time she's just very adamant that she wants me out there because I was the first one that did the job. And then every year when we send different crews there, at least I show up just to say hi and walk around with her. And, her and her husband, they just absolutely love me. When I was there the first time, I did their walkways and their roof wash. And, so when you build relationships with people, they remember you and they go with you, with your company because of you, not because of, of anything else. They really get sold on you when you master, the skill of selling and building relationships with people. It's really going to take you to the next level, guys, because also, we've been talking a lot about this, raising your prices. Guys, if somebody really likes you and you raise the price $50, it's not going to mean anything to them because they're in this for you, right? People buy a product or a service because of you, not because of that product or service. And this is what you guys want to, strive for, because when we're talking about customer retention, it's a lot easier for somebody to, keep your service as opposed to somebody else that they don't know when they already have a relationship with you. How many times I've heard people say to me, that about their landscaper, oh, I've had my landscaper for 8 years. And so they build a relationship with that person, and then no matter what, they stick with that person, and that's my point. So make sure you guys are really, really sticking to this. You build relationships with people, call them by their first name, always communicate everything to them and with them. If you make a mistake, let them know. Don't wait for them to call you. Let them know, hey, Mrs. Smith, I'm so sorry. I just found out that my guy broke your screen. We're going to send a handyman out there to fix it. Recently, we had one of our guys broke, what is that thing? They were doing a gutter cleaning and they broke like a light. That's what it was. So we didn't even wait. We didn't even wait for the customer to reach out to us. It was one of those floodlights. So what we did is we let them know, we took a picture of it, send it to them. Hey, we have a handyman that's coming to fix that. The handyman went like the next day or 2 days after that, fixed it. And she even emailed us to let her know how happy she was with that, So make sure that you guys are doing that because, again, guys, we're talking about customer retention. Nothing is going to help you more than that when you have great relationships with your customers. Then finally on our list, again, guys, just like the loyalty program, this is something where I am going to do a separate video on this. Referral incentives. Guys, I'm going to do a video where I'm going to teach you step by step how to develop a referral program for your company. This is one of those most asked about things that you guys email me, and I'm going to do a video on it for you. But you have to have incentives, guys. At the end of the day, when you build relationships with people, people will go out of their way to do things for you, yes. But most often, most people, it's a nice gesture for you to give them incentive to do so, right? So one of the things that we do here is we have a $50 discount whenever somebody refers us to somebody else. I'll give you guys a great example of how this works. We had a lady reach out to us and she wanted a house wash price. We gave her the house wash price and she was like, oh, wow. It was $3.99. It wasn't that expensive, but she was like, oh, man, is there any way you can do a better price? And then we told her, I said, hey, we have a referral program in our company. So if you pick up, like, for example, a neighbor, we can knock out $50 off your bill if you refer a neighbor. And then she goes, wow, that's awesome. And what if I get several neighbors? And then we said, well, go ahead and do that, and we'll talk about how much, we can do the house wash for you. Guess what, guys? She came back to us like a week later and said, hey, I have 17 neighbors, 17 guys, 17 neighbors that I signed up. What did we do? We did her house wash for free, ended up doing her son's house for free as well, because those 17 neighbors led to more jobs, like more neighbors. All in all, we ended up doing like 25 houses in that neighborhood just because we gave her an incentive to do that, right? So this is something that we are constantly doing. And then our people out in the field let customers know, hey, by the way, next time you have us come out and do the service, remember that we have a $50 discount for people that refer us to their friends, family members, and so forth. And then the other thing is we text these people to let them know. So, make sure that you guys are doing these things, guys. Remember, we're talking about customer retention, because this is something that it's kind of like, how I look at customer retention, guys? Think of it like you're making lemonade. Man, guys, you're just trying to squeeze that lemon and get the maximum potential out of that lemon. That's what you're doing with customer retention. You're keeping those customers because, guys, look at this. Us as a company here, Mr. Bubbles, we have about 2,800 annual customers. Customers that every year, even before we reach out to them, they have us every year come back and do their jobs. Some of these people, they're in their 5th year, 7th year, 12th year, 9th year, 4th year. This is what you want to achieve for your company, because think about 2,800 people, how much money that is, guys. We're talking a lot of money. This is like 80% of the income of our company, the sales that's coming in. So make sure that you guys are focused on this, because remember, guys, I am giving you guys, actionable things, yes, but also things that we as a company, we've been lab testing for many years. These are things that we're currently doing to be able to have the success that we are having. And my goal, it has always been my goal with my channel, is to help you guys get to that level where you're able to feed yourself, feed your family, provide financial freedom for yourself and your family. And always, guys, whenever you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me, because that's what I'm here for. But yeah, thanks for watching today's video, guys. We talked about customer retention. Again, if you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1. Make sure you stay tuned to the very next one, because, guys, there's a big no happening right now. A lot of you guys are making this mistake. We're going to talk about it in the next video. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And then, like I said, make sure you guys reach out to me. My email is in the description of this video. I got some great resources like the pricing PDF, marketing blueprint for new guys. That's a free resource. Go ahead and reach out to me for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.